Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're venturing into one of the most chilling places on Earth, the Paris Catacombs. Beneath the romantic streets of Paris lies a vast underground labyrinth of tunnels, bones, and dark mysteries. The catacombs are home to the remains of over 6 million people, but they're also home to something far more unsettling. Strange sightings, eerie shadows, and one discovery in particular that has kept many up at night. The mysterious video footage filmed in the catacombs. What's really lurking down there? Let's find out. Number 1. The Paris Catacombs, an underworld of bones and secrets. The Paris Catacombs stretch for miles beneath the streets of the city, a dark and forgotten underworld filled with the remains of the dead. In the late 18th century, overcrowding in the city's cemeteries forced the French government to move millions of bodies into these tunnels, creating one of the largest ossuaries in the world. It's a chilling place. Walls lined with skulls, bones stacked meticulously, some from long-forgotten plague victims, others from those who met untimely deaths. But beyond the grim reality of the catacombs' history, the place has become the setting for all sorts of strange occurrences. From unexplained noises to ghostly sightings, it's a place that has fueled countless legends. But perhaps the most terrifying story involves something far more tangible, something captured on video. Number 2. The first group, entering the forbidden depths. In 2004, a group of 4 urban explorers, Thomas, Mark, Emma, and Lucas, decided to venture deep into the catacombs. These weren't typical tourists, but thrill-seekers, well-versed in the art of exploring abandoned places. They were determined to uncover hidden areas, the forbidden zones where no one dared to tread. Equipped with nothing more than their cameras, flashlights, and a sense of adventure, they descended into the darkness. The deeper they went, the darker it became. The air thickened, the silence pressing down on them like a weight. After hours of wandering through the labyrinth, they came across something unusual. A small dusty room, hidden within the catacombs. Inside the room was a broken, abandoned video camera. Thomas, the tech expert of the group, immediately picked up the camera. It was an odd find, especially in such a remote part of the catacombs. As he switched it on, he could tell it had been used recently. Its memory card was still intact. Number 3. The strange footage, a terrifying discovery. What they found on the camera was unsettling, to say the least. The footage began like any normal exploration video, showing their group laughing, chatting, and making their way through the tunnels. But soon things took a strange turn. In the background of the footage, just out of the range of their flashlights, a shadowy figure begins to appear. At first, the figure was barely noticeable, just a dark blur at the edge of the frame. But as they watched, it became clear that something was following them. Something that wasn't visible to their eyes in real time. The figure lingered just behind them, flickering in and out of sight. Did we see that? The group watched stunned as the shadow seemed to follow them, moving in a way that didn't seem natural. It was as if it was moving in and out of existence, never fully present, but always there. They hadn't noticed it while they were exploring. But now, as they watched the footage, it was undeniable. Something had been following them. Number 4. The shadow. Is it watching them? As the group watched the footage, the atmosphere around them grew heavier. The walls of the catacombs, lined with bones, seemed to close in on them. They started to feel as though something was lurking in the darkness, something watching them just beyond the beam of their flashlights. But no matter how many times they turned around, there was nothing there. I don't feel right. This place isn't just quiet. It feels like we're being watched. With their nerves fraying, they decided to retrace their steps, hoping to find some logical explanation for the eerie footage. But no matter how far they went, they couldn't shake the feeling that something was following them. Something unseen yet impossible to ignore. Number 5. The video camera's mystery. Who left it? After watching the footage, the group was left with one pressing question. Who had filmed them? They couldn't think of any other explorers who might have been in the catacombs at the same time. The camera appeared to have been placed deliberately, as if someone knew they would come across it. The angle of the shots, the way it seemed to follow them in the background, and the eerily timed moments when the shadows appeared all pointed to a chilling possibility. Whoever left the camera behind had to be aware of their presence, and perhaps they had been watching them for much longer than they realized. The group couldn't shake the thought that they weren't alone down there. An ominous thought, especially considering the history of the catacombs. Some say the catacombs are haunted, others believe something far darker might be lurking in the shadows. The lingering question remained: Was the camera left by someone trying to warn them, or by something far more sinister, a presence watching them from the depths of the catacombs? Number 6. The disappearance of other explorers. 2 years later in 2006, another group of explorers ventured into the catacombs. Like the first group, they were experienced in urban exploration, but they were not prepared for what they would encounter deep below the city. They too began to document their journey, capturing eerie moments on camera. As they moved through the tunnels, they too noticed strange figures flickering in and out of their view, shadows moving unnaturally behind them. But this group didn't have the luxury of time. They disappeared without a trace. The authorities found their last known location deep within the catacombs, but there was no sign of a struggle. The missing explorers left no evidence of what had happened to them. The only clue was the footage they had recorded. Footage that mirrored the strange events documented by the first group. Number 7. Paranormal Theories. What's really lurking below? What these explorers encountered in the catacombs isn't just a ghost or a trick of the mind. These shadowy entities, whatever they are, exist beyond the physical world. They're not just spirits of the dead. They're something much darker. They feed off fear, and the catacombs are a perfect place for them to thrive. There's a strange, palpable energy in the tunnels, an otherworldly presence that seems to distort time and reality. The catacombs act as a kind of doorway, a liminal space that bridges our world with something far more ancient and terrifying. This dark force may not even be the lingering souls of the departed. It could be something far older, an ancient, malevolent presence that has made the catacombs its home. Feeding off the terror of the living, it waits patiently in the shadows, always present but never fully seen. The catacombs serve as its domain, a place where it can exist without detection, luring explorers further into the darkness. Those who venture too deep may never return, leaving only whispers of what truly waits beneath the surface. Conclusion. The catacombs' unsolved mysteries. The Paris catacombs remain one of the most mysterious and haunting places on Earth. Though millions of tourists walk above ground every year, few truly understand the dangers that lie beneath their feet. The unexplained shadows, the strange footage, and the disappearances all add to the catacombs' chilling reputation. What are these dark entities lurking in the shadows? Are they supernatural, or is there something else at work here? One thing is certain: the Paris catacombs remain a place where the line between the living and the dead is thin, and in the darkness, some things are better left unseen. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most chilling mysteries.